Welcome to the Massachusetts Restaurant Association. My name is Kerry Miller. I'm the Vice President of Operations for the association, and I couldn't be happier than hanging out with the Sprague folks here today. So interestingly enough, I came out of restaurant operations, and I've been, as you can see, a seasoned veteran of restaurant operations. And about 10 years ago, a gentleman I know by the name of Bob Luz, who is our former CEO who had worked with me in the past at Applebee's, tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to come in and run operations for the association. So if you look at the MRA kind of holistically, it's a trade association, and I think there are 90,000 trade associations across the United States. I would say we're a little bit more specific than that. We lean into being very consultative in nature. Mm-hmm. We lean into relationship-driven organizations that want to work with us and support the restaurant industry. At the end of the day, our job is to wake up in the morning and find the best things that we can do, the best partnerships that we can have to help restaurateurs be successful at the end of the day. But there are 5 things specifically that the Restaurant Association does. We're a government affairs-driven organization, which means we spend a lot of time at the State House. We spend a lot of time working to make sure that restaurateurs are educated on the things that can impact them on the government affairs side of the equation. We're an education organization. We actually have a foundation, an educational foundation that supports ProStart high schools and students, the next generation of restaurateurs coming through trade schools, and we also educate operators through tools and processes that we have either through the National Restaurant Association or things that we've designed ourselves. We're information driven. I think anything that comes across from either places like Black Box Intelligence, which is a big clearinghouse of data for restaurants to help assess trends moving forward, for restaurateurs to better understand what they need to be looking forward to. We're a networking association. We spend a lot of time and energy making sure that we put an opportunity for folks that get together there that are beneficial. There are beneficial relationships there for them, either through a business partnership like Sprague, not only like Sprague Energy, and the operators out there that need to understand. We've got a handful of endorsed partners. Sprague has been an endorsed partner for again, since I've been here. I've been here 10 years plus. And not because you're recording me, but one of our favorite endorsed partners. A lot of groups out there could learn from Sprague on how to be relationship driven and how to get involved and how to bring people together. And I rely heavily on the Sprague group, Steve Borelli and Kevin. I think I rely heavily on them to help us with events. Steve was the one that actually promoted that we have an endorsed partner meeting, and we've been working in silos for a long time. Then any new member comes on board, they complete a survey of things that they'd be interested in, and I make an personal introduction to those endorsed partners. Mm-hmm. And again, I think Steve and Sprague spearheaded that and forced me to bring everybody into a room. I think another thing that you kind of look at our trade show. Our trade show has been around forever, and it was kind of dusty and crusty, and we've really worked hard to make it more relevant. We're in the process to prepare for our 2025 restaurant and bar show. And the Sprague folks said, why aren't we bringing our endorsed partners into an area that's around the Massachusetts Restaurant Association? It used to be a booth, now we're a pavilion. They also helped us on working on a really true networking events. One of the bigger networking events is the after party on Sunday night at the show. And Sprague's been a long time sponsor of that. And they showcase themselves exceptionally well for 300 plus industry professionals that show up on Sunday night at the show. So people would say that Sprague offers up natural gas and electric commodities to the Operator Restaurant Association. I would say that's not what they sell. I think what they sell is business acumen. And I've been the one that said, why are you worrying about that line item on your profit and loss statement? And so when I have a conversation with somebody, it's an easy sell for me to say, worry about hot hamburgers and cold beers. Let Steve and Kevin come talk to you about what's going to happen over the course of not just the next 3 months, but what's the trajectory over the next year on your energy costs. We're trying to help those folks by saying, here are the experts. It's not going to cost you, it's going to actually save you money. It's going to take time off of your plate. But energy usage inside the 4 walls of that retail space of a restaurant far exceeds any other retail use of space. You've got gas burners going on. They fire the lights up at dark 30 in the morning. They don't turn the lights off until 2 o'clock in the morning. So the energy usage is just extremely extremely higher than somebody that sells shirts for a living. So for us to focus in on restaurants with an energy provider, again, it's just one of those things that there's a huge cost associated with doing business in the restaurant community, and for having somebody come in and go, look, let's flatline this thing for you, and over the course of the next year, you'll be able to understand, what that cost is going to be for you.